Welcome back to my channel, The Pint-Sized Biker. We're here today at Guildford Harley Davidson Linds and I'm going to try the electric LiveWire bike. I heard about this bike a couple of years ago, but I've never ridden an electric bike. I've driven electric cars, they're really fun to drive, but I really want to try an electric bike. So very short notice, the guys down here, Michael, perfectly last night set me up, so ready to go on a nice cold day. So nice to meet you, Michael.
Nice to meet you too, Brendan. How you doing, mate?
Good.
Really good to be on the channel, Pint-Sized Biker. Thanks very much. So I run a custom shop here, work in the sales department, and yeah, when you got in touch on our online chat, it was good to jump on with you and get this all sorted out. So that was cool. LiveWire, you excited?
I'm very excited, especially having never driven an electric bike before. I've never even driven a Harley Davidson, or ridden, so I say. Never even ridden a Harley Davidson, even though I've been riding bikes for 21 years.
Mate.
This will be the first Harley. So I'm really excited.
You're in for a double treat. So, the now LiveWire One, which was originally the Harley Davidson LiveWire. So you've got an amazing motorcycle here, packed with technology, does 0 to 60 in about 3 seconds, wow, which is amazing. You have different ride modes, connectivity, bits and pieces like that. Range as well is always sort of a thing with electric motorcycles. So the nice thing about this is the more you ride it in town, the more you stop, start and braking, the more mileage you actually get out of it because of the regeneration from the brakes into the battery.
You answered one of my first questions, because my car regens when I slow down because it's a hybrid, and I know electric cars do. I didn't know if electric bikes had that part of them.
Exactly the same thing. So I've had 128 miles from full to zero battery pretty much on this, rolling across that line just there into the dealership to whack it on our charger. So they do pretty good. Pretty amazing machine. Nice thing about the LiveWire One as well, under the seat comes with a charger with your 3-pin plug, so you can just plug it in at home. So charging on these, 0 to 80%, you're looking at like 40 minutes on a fast charger, and 0 to 100%, you're looking at about an hour. Whereas if you're charging it on the 3-pin plug at home, I would suggest you plug it in overnight when the electric's cheaper, because it takes sort of 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, whatever, to charge up. Bit strange at first to ride because obviously there's no clutch.
No clutch, yeah, or no gear lever.
No gear lever, it's literally twist and go. But it's a very, very well balanced bike. When you ride it, Brendan, you'll find that, with the engine braking, if you want to call it that, as you dip it into a corner and you roll on, it's so natural. Yeah. When I first rode it, I thought this is going to be really weird trying to set it up for a corner and stuff like that. You've got to get it in the right gear normally and things like that. But this one, you just roll it in and you're off.
Just a point on balance, actually. I'm, as you can see here, doing like 6 miles an hour, and I don't feel the need to put my foot down. It's as balanced as, even though you haven't got the pistons going like you would on a petrol motorcycle, it feels just as balanced once you get used to it. Tip it in.
It's very entertaining if you want to go really fast, really quietly, and really eco-friendly.
This is your boy.
This is the one. What else would you like to know on it, sir?
Well, one of the questions, I suppose, where do you charge it? But I suppose you probably charge it under here.
So you have your charging port just here. So this is where you plug in your normal bits and pieces. I'm sure you'll run some B-roll as we're doing this right now. But this is where you just plug in your 3-pin charger and then you flip that up
for your level 2.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. So that's simple as that. And then you've got your charger under the seat, which you access using the key, and that just pops the seat up. I'll show you that right now, actually. So there's your 3-pin charger. Nice. All tucked under the seat.
Oh, it's all quite compactly under there, really, isn't it?
Exactly, absolutely. So that's pretty cool. And then you just literally press a little pin. And you can drop that all back down and clip that into place. Now, the bike works on a proximity security fob.
So it's not key?
No, that's it. So whenever you're around the bike, the security system's disabled. It's keyless ignition as well. So the only things you need the key for are the steering lock and to get under the seat. Yeah. Okay. Now,
remember to take it. Do people ever forget to take that out with them? So
they do.
Say for instance you'll park by your house and
Absolutely. So the nice thing you can do, folks, is if you've got a LiveWire or a Harley Davidson with one of these proximity fobs, you can also access your motorcycle if it's keyless with your own personalised security pin,
Oh, okay,
which you
that's
can
a good
put
idea.
in with the indicator. So if you do lose your key while you're out, or you do happen to leave it on the kitchen worktop next to the coffee cup you've just had, it's easy to get your bike back going again.
Good idea.
All right.
Because you could imagine riding 100 miles away, pulling up to charge it or for a cup of tea or whatever, and being balls. I've left it on the side.
Absolutely. So the perfect way to ruin your fish and chips.
Absolutely.
As I say, proximity security system, and the only thing you need a key for is the steering lock and that. So I'm going to give you that, Brendan. You pop that in your pocket.
Fabulous, sir.
Okay. I'm not teaching you to suck eggs. Slightly different with this one. So you've got throttle brake, no clutch.
Yep.
Foot brake, no gears. Okay. Indicators, classic Harley. So you've got your right indicator, once you're on, once you're off. Left indicator, once you're on.
Oh, right, okay. Right,
So they're on the separate sides.
And though that might seem odd at first, my Norton Commando that I had,
Yeah.
instead of it being left and right the indicator, it was up and down, which was really confusing. When I first rode that home from Oxford, from when I bought it, I was indicating the wrong way for about 10 miles.
Brilliant. So I mix from a couple of bikes that I've got, and it's funny, you have to keep just, but then I ride an old vintage Harley, and that's more like that.
Yeah. Well, that was actually more reliable on a Norton, to be honest, because the indicators fell off when it vibrated too much.
So with the LiveWire, you've got your indicators, high-low beam.
Yep.
You can flash your high beam as well. Traction control you can switch on and off, and then you've got your horn just there. And then to switch the bike on, it hazards above the start button. Hit your kill switch to start, and then it comes up on the screen that you need to raise the side stand. So tell you what we're going to do next. I'm going to take this off you.
Thank you, sir.
I'd like you to jump on the bike because I want to show you something.
Yeah. Let me just zip this up so I don't.
No problem at all.
Patch anything.
So with the LiveWire, it's very important to pay attention to this next bit, okay? So with the LiveWire, obviously with the throttle, and I know when you like to sit at the traffic lights or whatever, you like to blip the throttle. Don't do that with this because you'll be in the car in front of you. Okay, so if you raise the side stand up for me, Brendan, and then you push down on the start button.
Yep.
Okay, that is now in like drive or ride mode. Now you should be feeling a slight little pulse in the seat. It's kind of like a heartbeat.
Yeah.
The engine or the electric motor is in motion mode. So now whenever you touch the throttle ever so slightly, it moves, you see. Okay, so that's now in drive mode. Now you can see up here we've got it in rain mode, which is basically all of the traction and all of the driver aids turned up. But you do have your mode button, which is just here next to your right indicator.
Yep.
And you can select Eco, so that will obviously use as little power as possible. We have road, which I think is actually the best mode to ride this bike in. It's the most comfortable, most responsive.
Balance between power and smooth.
Absolutely. Yeah. So whether you're on big open road stretches or you're in town. But of course, my favourite mode, sport. Turns this electric motorcycle into a ballistic missile.
So about to say 0 to 60 in 3 seconds.
Yeah, so yeah, there we go. So we'll stick it in rain mode to start with, and then you can just try out all the different modes, see how you feel. You're going to have a traction light and an ABS light flash before you go over 10 miles an hour, because as everyone knows, they don't work under 10 miles an hour. If you see them after 10 miles an hour, you probably want to look up. Mate, have a great time in your demo.
Don't do that, Brendan.